Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. I will just check my voice. So Team India has started off the campaign on a winning note against Bangladesh in the first match, and yes, it was once again a very good match. Not at all a one-sided encounter like what we had yesterday. It was a pretty close match today, and India has eventually turned out to be the winner in today's game. Uh, India, though, suffered some hiccups going into the chase, but it was Shubman Gill who was the star of the show. He scored a magnificent 100 today, and yes, Shubman Gill continues to be India's top batter in this format in the recent past, and yeah, so Indian team has won the match. I will just check. Yeah. Shubman Gill is set to become the player of the match today as well. Shubman Gill, although he played not according to his natural instincts, he curved his innings a bit. He anchored pretty well, and in the end, Shubman Gill has won the game for India. So it all started. Let's record from the very beginning. टॉस के वक्त बांग्लादेश के कप्तान ने पहले टॉस जीतकर बल्लेबाजी का फैसला किया whereas रोहित शर्मा उनका भी मानना यह था कि वो भी अगर टॉस जीते तो पहले फील्डिंग का फैसला करते वह फैसला सही होता या नहीं उस पर हम आगे बात करेंगे पर इट्स it was Bangladesh team who had won the toss and they elected to bat first against India, and they suffered some early jitters in the match they were left reeling at 35 for 5. And post that, two of the Bangladesh batters, Tauhid Hriday and Zakir Ali, played well. They stitched a very good partnership to take Bangladesh to a total of 228 for 10. They were bundled out. They lost all their 10 wickets in the very last over. 49.4 overs were bowled against them. And it was Mohammad Shami with the ball in hand for India, who showed his class once again in an ICC tournament. We have talked about him in the last video, and he has gone up the ranks. We will come to the stats and the records later in the match. First, I'm just summarizing the match for you all. Then it was India's chase. India had to chase 229 against Bangladesh in order to start off the campaign on a winning note. And it was the Indian captain Rohit Sharma who struggled in a couple of overs against Mustafizur, but he then broke free. He started hitting boundaries, and once again, it was Rohit Sharma who started things off for India. He showed his class, his elegance once again. He smoked seven boundaries in a very very fiery knock of 41 of 36 deliveries. Rohit Sharma scored 41 of 36 deliveries before getting out on against Taskeen Ahmed in the last over of the power play. And Rohit Sharma's inning ensured that India got off to a flyer. But post that, Virat Kohli struggled to get going today. He was not at all at his best. He was struggling to time the ball. And in the end, he was once again, he succumbed to a leg spinner, Rishad Hussain. He once again succumbed to the leg spinner from Bangladesh in the last ODI series that India played against England as well. Virat Kohli continued to struggle against Adil Rashid, another leg spinner in world cricket. And today as well, it was Rishad Hussain of Bangladesh who troubled Kohli and eventually got him out on a leg spinner. The Virat Kohli couldn't time it, and it was caught by Soumya Sarkar in the short third man region. So Virat Kohli couldn't get going today. Shreyas Iyer too came in and he smoked a couple of boundaries, but in the end he also fell. Akshay Patel was promoted once again to maintain that righty lefty combination, and Akshay Patel that no, it didn't pay off today. Akshay Patel too got out, so India was struggling throughout. I will not say it was a dominating chase, but it was Shubman Gill's maturity, and yes, I'm associating this word maturity with Shubman Gill because of the way he batted today. He is a natural stroke player. He has all the shots in his book, but he curbed his natural instincts today to stitch partnerships to eventually take India over the line, and he scored an unbeaten 101. And the feeling of going unbeaten with that your side winning the match in an ICC event is unparallelable. And Shubman Gill once again proved to be the best batter for India in the ODI cricket. And he's also now the number one ODI batter in the world, and he showed us why he has attained that position. I will decode his innings. Shubman Gill started off alongside Rohit Sharma. Rohit Sharma was going well on the other end, and Shubman Gill too used the power play pretty well. He used his feet to get the ball over the inner circle and hit some boundaries. That short arm jab in the second tier of Dubai International Stadium was a class apart shot. Anyone who would have seen the Rohit Sharma's reaction on the non-strikers end, uh, it deserved that reaction. And only one word in the English dictionary book can be suggested for that shot, and that is wow. That shot was sheer class from Shubman Gill, and any other batter in the world cricket cannot play that shot. Whether it's the many legends of the game, they can't play that shot because of the way he shuffled across the crease. He came with his right leg onto the off stump, and the way he smoked Tanzim Hassan Saqib for a six off the front foot pull shot that went miles. And with Shubman Gill, we don't associate power, the word power with Shubman Gill. It's all about timing and the class and the elegance he possesses. And he he portrayed just that. He displayed his class today, and that shot was just unparallelable. In many words, it is already the shot of the tournament. And post that as well, he stitched a very good short partnerships with Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, Akshay Patel, and in the end, when India was in a spot of bother, KL Rahul also had almost succumbed to a delivery of Taskeen Ahmed. He had played it straight into the hands of the deep square leg fielder, and but the deep square leg fielder, that was Zakir Ali, dropped that catch, and uh, eventually it proved to be a boon for the Indian cricket team because KL Rahul uh, got into that sort of a zone post that dropped catch, and KL Rahul and Shubman Gill took India over the line in the first match. So, to be honest, it was Shubman Gill who saved the day for India because India was not at all dominant in the run chase. Once again, they started off in a very good fashion, but Indian middle order didn't do much today. Virat Kohli, Shreyas Iyer, and Akshay Patel couldn't score much, and that put India in a spot of bother. Although they weren't chasing a very huge total, but they were in trouble at one point of time. But Shubman Gill's sheer brilliance, sheer maturity in the middle overs proved to be pretty crucial for India in the end. Shubman Gill played a magnificent knock of 101, and this reminds us of the knock that Rohit Sharma played at the start of the 2019 World Cup against South Africa in Southampton. India were chasing a similar sort of a total at Southampton on 5th June in 2019, and Rohit Sharma had scored a similar sort of 100. He curbed his natural stroke making abilities to take the team interest and to prioritize the team interest. And Rohit Sharma had gotten 100, where Virat Kohli, who was the captain at that point of time, he had mentioned that it was one of Rohit Sharma's best ODI hundreds. And we all know what happened post that innings. Rohit Sharma went on to score four more centuries in that World Cup, with the feat that was never achieved that by any batter in world cricket. So, what Rohit Sharma went on to achieve post that anchored 100, a well stitched, a well compiled 100 that wins games for the team, wins games for the country, and Shubman Gill, would all want that Shubman Gill also takes that confidence going into the latter stages of the tournament. India plays Pakistan, the arch rivals, next, and Shubman Gill will be a huge factor in that game as well. Shubman Gill, we can't appreciate him properly because every word would uh, eventually fall short of his praise today. When we talk about his recent form, he has been in some form of late, and his purple patch started in the first ODI against England, wherein he scored a match-winning 87, and post that 60 against England in the second ODI, wherein Rohit Sharma had scored 100. And in the third ODI at Ahmedabad, we all saw that Shubman Gill scored 100 on 12th February, and today he has backed it up with another international century, and this is his eighth international century, ODI century. I'm talking about the ODI century. Shubman Gill's this is India. Shubman Gill's eighth ODI century, and this was one of his for the record books because Shubman Gill has appeared in a few ICC events. He had appeared in the 2023 ODI World Cup, which was held in India, and Shubman Gill couldn't get any 100 there in India, and this was his first 100 in an ICC event. So when we talk about the big stage, Shubman Gill, this is the first time that Shubman Gill has scored 100 on the biggest stage in world cricket, and this is the Champions Trophy, and no game is easy here. So Shubman Gill has saved the day for India, I would say, because India would have wanted to win this game in a pretty dominant manner, having restricted Bangladesh on 228. And the way things had started, Bangladesh were once teetering at 35 for 5. But post that, Tawhid Hriday must be given a lot of credit, the way he batted in the middle overs alongside Zakir Ali, although they got some opportunities. There were some drop catches from the Indian team and the missed stumpings as well, missed chances. But it was the two batters, Tawhid Hriday and Zakir Ali, who played really well to take Bangladesh to a respectable total of 228 and at the end of the innings. But when we talk about India, India came to chase the innings with a pretty positive mindset, with Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill starting off in a blistering fashion, particularly Rohit Sharma, who smoked seven boundaries in the 36 deliveries he played. And but once he got out against Taskin Ahmed, trying to loft him over mid off, he got out. He got a leading edge, and he was caught by Rishad Hussain off Taskin Ahmed. Post that, India struggled. When Virat Kohli came into the crease, the run rate started to drop. Shubman Gill and Virat Kohli both looked to normalize and consolidate things, and because the target was not such which was intimidating. The target was not at all intimidating. Anything over 250 on this type of track, on this type of pitch, would have been a very tricky chase. It was a tricky chase in the end for India, and all credit must be given to Shubman Gill. The way he batted today was just phenomenal. He showed a lot of maturity, and for a 25-year-old batter to show this sort of a maturity going into the just starting off his career and going into the bigger heights, and he has shown immense potential, and he has also proved us why he is compared to some big names of world cricket because of his ability to play all throughout the ground. Uh, his equal potential of playing against spinners and pacers is just phenomenal, and it was totally on display today. He scored 101 of 129 deliveries, as I said, and it included nine fours and a couple of sixes. So nine fours, 36 runs, and a couple of sixes. When we add them up, 48 runs off the boundaries, and the rest 53 came from singles and doubles. And on a big ground like Dubai, although one side of the square was pretty small, but on a big ground, a bigger dimensional ground, you expect batters who have singles and doubles in their harmony to succeed, and that's what happened. As we had talked about in the innings break video as well, that many of the top Indian batters, top three of India, Rohit, Gill, and Virat, has to step up in order to chase this down. And today it was the most young of them all, Shubman Gill, who showed immense maturity, playing a phenomenal knock, getting 100 in the very first game of the tournament, and it looks all set to dominate this Champions Trophy. It's pretty early at the moment, but going by his potential, going by his maturity, and the way he has displayed himself on the field after getting that vice captaincy badge in this team, this has been exceptional for a youngster. For a youngster, it's just exceptional to be this mature and post his vice captaincy duties. Post he has been handed over the vice captaincy duties. Shubman Gill was phenomenal in the field today as well. He took a brilliant catch in the first slip. The ball was traveling. The batter was Mehdi Hassan Miraz, who could have easily taken the game away from India, and that catch was exceptional. And post that in the batting too, his confidence translated into his batting as well, and the way he anchored the innings, he curbed his natural instincts to play a big knock like 101. We saw yesterday how Babar Azam took the game away from his own team. He played pretty slow, and in the end, he got out when his team needed him the most. It was not such a case with Shubman Gill today, because Shubman Gill not only scored his runs, he scored it at a brisk pace. He scored it at around the required run rate, and in the end, Shubman Gill also finished the game for India. He went into the dugout unbeaten. He opened the innings for India, and he batted till the very last, that is the 47th over. So this will give him a lots of confidence going into the latter stages of the tournament. And with the big game coming up against Pakistan on 23rd of February, that is Sunday, Indian team still has some questions and still has some unticked boxes going into the that game. Let's come upon that now. When we talk about the India has won the encounter, but when we talk about the uh, areas where we still need to improve are uh, once we got Bangladesh reeling at 35 for 5, we could have easily closed things up at 100, 125, 150 whatsoever. But the Indian spinners in the middle overs struggled to get wickets, although there were some drop catches. Fielding once again is an area of concern, although Virat and Shubman Gill were exceptional in the field today as well. But there are some players who still need to step up. KL Rahul, a mixed outing for him. He took a couple of brilliant catches, but he missed an easy stumping, which would have gotten Tauhid Hriday out, who eventually went on to score 100 today. So it was his maiden 100. Tauhid Hriday deserves the appreciation, although he was struggling with cramps in the latter stages of his innings. But Tauhid Hriday was played pretty well today, and to score this sort of runs, this amount of runs against India is not at all easy against a quality bowling lineup. And Tauhid Hriday is Bangladesh's future. Bangladesh has some positives going into the next game, and Tauhid Hriday most is the most improved batter in the recent times for Bangladesh. So yeah, Tauhid Hriday, 100 of 118 deliveries. Coming back to the areas where India need to work upon is the inability to take wickets in the middle overs costed India. Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav, although they were economical, but they couldn't pick wickets in the middle overs, and this raises a question where Indian dugout will think about including Varun Chakravarti in the 11. I don't think it will happen in the next game because it's the big game against Pakistan. I don't think it will happen there. But yeah, this is one area where India needs to improve to wrap things off early. To take wickets in the middle overs will be really crucial going into the latter stages of the tournament, playing against bigger teams like Pakistan, New Zealand, and even in the knockout stages in the semi-finals and finals, middle over wicket takers will be really, really crucial. So, one area where India needs to work upon is the middle over phase in bowling. And when it comes to batting, India starts off pretty well. India starts off brilliantly in the power play. I would say the Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill are the best openers going around in world cricket at the moment. There are no other team who have such openers, who have such talented openers in their team. And Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill, after their starts, Indian team just put their foot off the pedal. They were taking it for granted. They were taking a target of 229 for granted, which eventually raised some eyebrows going into the latter stage of the innings, because there was one point of time wherein KL Rahul played a shot straight into the deep square leg fielder's hands. He dropped him. Otherwise, the game or the scenario of the match would have been completely different. So, yeah, one another area where India needs to work upon is the ability to finish games, like the potential and the ability shown by Shubman Gill today. He was exceptionally finished things off for India. His maturity, his calm head on his shoulders. As a vice captain of the team, he showed immense maturity, taking India over the line today against Bangladesh side. So Bangladesh side uh, didn't make it easy for India, not at all. Bangladesh side chipped in with a few wickets and they troubled India as they have already always done in the last few matches that they have played against each other. Bangladesh uh, didn't keep the match one sided. It was an interesting one for the Bangladesh in the end. Uh, some positives for Bangladesh: Tauhid Hriday, Zakir Ali with the bat in hand, Rashad Hussain with the ball in hand was brilliant. He took the big wicket off Virat Kohli and Akshay Patel. Virat Kohli with a one he will never forget in his life. 10 overs, 38 runs, 2 wickets for Rashad Hussain. And yeah, Rashad Hussain, one of the positives for Bangladesh in the bowling department. And Taskin Ahmed too was economical, just went on for an economy rate of 436 runs for a wicket for Taskin Ahmed. Although there were some bowlers who were expensive, Tanzim was expensive. He was taken for a toll by Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill at the beginning of the innings, and he was not allowed to settle. Tanzim Hassan Saqib was the pick of the bowlers for Bangladesh when India played Bangladesh last in the 2024 T20 World Cup that was held in America, USA. But today, Tanzim Hassan Saqib, Indian batters were well prepared for him, and in the very first over that he bowled, Shubman Gill played a marvelous short arm jab in the second tier of the Dubai International Stadium, leaving everyone in awe of that shot. So Shubman Gill will definitely be the player of the match today, and yes, he has been judged the player of the match. Although Mohammad Shami uh, picked 5 wickets, scalped 5 wickets. Another big positive for India. The form of Mohammad Shami in ICC tournaments have been very crucial for India, and Mohammad Shami is back in form with a 5 wicket haul, and his experience, his ability to make early inroads with the new ball in the absence of Jasprit Bumrah becomes very crucial when we talk about the upcoming games against Pakistan and New Zealand as well. So this is the news. When we talk about the milestones, there were an ample of milestones achieved today. Mohammad Shami picked a 5 wicket haul, and that meant that Mohammad Shami now has 200 ODI wickets against his name. And as far as the batting department is concerned, Rohit Sharma became the fourth Indian player to achieve the 11,000 ODI runs mark. Yes, you heard it right. And he has now become the second fastest after Virat Kohli to have over 11,000 ODI runs. Second fastest to achieve that feat. Virat Kohli could have also gone past 14,000 run mark today. He was 37 short of that run mark, 14,000 run mark. But he played well, played and he made 22. So he is still 15 behind of the 14K run mark, and we would all want that he achieves that feat in the big game coming up against Pakistan. So Virat Kohli is now has 13,985 international runs, whereas Rohit Sharma has crossed the 11,000 run mark. The Indian captain has crossed the 11,000 run mark in today's game. And as far as the bowling department, Mohammad Shami scalped a 5 for today, and which meant that Mohammad Shami now has 200 ODI wickets against his name. So Mohammad Shami, Rohit Sharma reached their milestones. Virat Kohli is still 15 short of the 14,000 run mark in ODI cricket, and he would want to achieve that going into the next match against Pakistan. So yeah, Indian team has started off the campaign on a winning note against Bangladesh. Uh, Although there it was not at all a dominant performance for India as far as the batting department is concerned, in the bowling as well. India struggled to restrict them early after picking up early 5 early wickets. They would have wanted to restrict them early, but it didn't happen. It was a good performance from two of the Bangladesh batters, Tauhid Hriday and Zakir Ali. And It meant that Bangladesh posted a total of 228 on board. India during the chase, they chased down 231 to 29 with 21 balls to spare. So India have chased down a total of 231 with 21 balls to spare, and it's the Indian vice captain Shubman Gill who has who has struck a brilliant century in the opening game of this tournament for India. And I think going into the latter stages of the tournament, Shubman Gill's role will be very, very crucial. And he has shown why he is the world number one batter uh, in the ICC rankings after surpassing Babar Azam. So this is the news from the Champions Trophy. Indian team has eventually beaten Bangladesh today, and Shubman Gill has shown us why he is the best batter going around in world cricket. He now has attained the number one rank in the ICC ODI rankings, surpassing Babar Azam. And yeah, he now has eight ODI centuries against his name. This was his eighth ODI century after registering a century at Ahmedabad on 12th of February. Today, he has scored a brilliant century as well. So, an unbeaten century for Shubman Gill, and this will give him a huge boost in confidence going into the further stages of the tournament. The big games are coming up against Pakistan and New Zealand. But first up, it's against Pakistan on 25th of February. India will be playing all their games in Dubai, as you all know. But it's the Pakistan team will be traveling from Karachi to uh, Dubai to play the game against India. So they have a couple of injury concerns in their squad. Fakar Zaman, their regular opener, is ruled out of the tournament due to an injury that he suffered against New Zealand yesterday. So Fakar Zaman won't be a part of the squad anymore. And Imamul Haq, who has played for Pakistan for quite a long time, and he was successful in the ODI format, has replaced Fakar Zaman in the squad. So news from Pakistan camp is that Imamul Haq has replaced Fakar Zaman, and the news here from Dubai is concerned. India has beaten Bangladesh, though there were some hiccups, but eventually India has beaten Bangladesh, and they have a couple of points against their name. So Shubman Gill adjudged the player of the match, and yeah, so Indian team has started off brilliantly. When we talk about other stats, is that fewest innings for an Indian batter to have achieved that eighth ODI century mark. Shubman Gill now has achieved it the fastest for an Indian. He has just taken 51 innings to acquire that feat, to achieve that feat, and yeah, uh, Shubman Gill's today's knock, as I said, reminds us of the knock that Rohit Sharma played at Southampton in 2019 World Cup. Rohit Sharma had played a brilliant knock against South Africa in England, and eventually went on to score four more hundreds in that tournament. And we would expect Shubman Gill to repeat the same here in Dubai. So this is the news from Dubai. India has beaten Bangladesh by 6 wickets, although the scoreboard suggests that it was a one-sided game, but it wasn't so. At one point of time, if Bangladesh would have grabbed onto that catch of KL Rahul, the things could have gotten more interesting. But it was KL Rahul, who finished things off for India with a brilliant hook shot over fine leg and sealed the game for India going into the big game that is coming up against arch rivals Pakistan on Sunday. So Dubai is all set to host the another big game between India and Pakistan. Dubai has hosted quite a few India-Pakistan games because India doesn't travel to Pakistan much. Dubai has hosted some India-Pakistan games and Asia Cups and even in the T20 World Cup. And this time around, once again, Dubai will be hosting the big India-Pakistan game. Indian team will stay in Dubai as they are. They will stay here throughout the tournament because they will be playing all their games here in Dubai. And as far as Pakistan is concerned, Pakistan will be traveling from Karachi to play this game against India. So yeah, when there is a question coming in that do you see any changes in the next match for India? Uh, I don't think India is going to tweak many things because they have eventually won the match. So India, I don't think will tweak many things because you want the players to give a longer rope. Although the only concern I think is that the inability of spinners to take wickets in the middle overs. Although Akshay Patel scalped a couple of wickets in one over, which proved to play a huge role in determining the winner of the game. But other bowlers were economical, but that wicket-taking factor was lacked by both Ravindra Jadeja and Kuldeep Yadav. So they would want to improve upon that. And with Varun Chakravarti sitting in the dugout, Kuldeep Yadav has burden on his shoulders to pick up wickets in the middle overs because Varun Chakravarti had played a game against Pakistan in Dubai in 2021, wherein it was a different format, it was the T20 format, but he was taken for a toll all around the park by Mohammad Rizwan and Babar Azam of Pakistan. So India, I don't think will go with Varun Chakravarti in the next match. It will be the India will be playing the same combination, I think, because another name which was coming through the ranks was Arshdeep Singh, but Harshit Rana has bowled well today, and he has scalped 3 wickets once again. So I don't think there will be changes in the Indian team going into the next game. And in a big tournament like this, you want the players to give a longer rope, and you want the players who have settled in the conditions, who have been there and done that, performed well for India to play all the matches. So India, I don't think will make many changes going into the next game. Although it will be a different game, Pakistan, although they have lost the first game, but the match against Pakistan always boosts their morals, and Indian team and Pakistan team both have some sort of pressure of an India-Pakistan game because of the build-up that takes place to that game. Once the schedule of the tournament of any tournament ICC tournament is out, the one thing you check is that when is India playing Pakistan. So इंडिया पाकिस्तान का मैच देखना दिलचस्प होगा जैसा हमेशा होता है although India has won the recent games but Pakistan had beaten India in the T20 World Cup और वह इसी मैदान पे दुबई इंटरनेशनल स्टेडियम पे ही इन्होंने हराया था दुबई is a good hunting ground for Pakistan because their when teams were not traveling to Pakistan to play their matches, Dubai had eventually became their home ground. Every home series of Pakistan was being played in Dubai, so Dubai is well familiar with the Pakistan is well familiar with the Dubai conditions, and they will pose a challenge for India in the next game. I feel, as you saw in the T20 World Cup as well, uh, that match was held in Texas, and there were talks about India winning the game pretty one-sided, but it didn't happen. India couldn't manage to put up a bigger total against Pakistan in New York in June last year. They could put up a very small total, and once Pakistan were cruising, but it was just with Bumrah who brought India back into the game and won the game eventually. But it was Pakistan who eventually lost the game rather than India winning it. So the game against Pakistan has different challenges, not just on the field, not just according to the players, but the outside noise is quite a lot. It becomes a political game rather than a cricket match. So the skill sets will eventually determine the winner, and Indian team would like to tick the boxes where in India have lacked today. India has lacked today. The fielding department is a sort of a concern because you will be playing against New Zealand. We saw in the yesterday's game the fielding standard was right up there with Glenn Phillips leading the way. He caught a brilliant catch in the point region, and post that as well. There were some brilliant fielding stuff, and today it was a pretty ordinary show by both the teams on the field. Fielding is one area wherein you can improve. You have things in your hands, and yeah, both the teams, India and Bangladesh, would like to uh, improve their fielding standards. India, although takes pride in fielding standards, they have some fit players in the 11, and they would want to inspire the younger ones. So this is the news. India will next be facing Pakistan on Sunday, whereas Bangladesh will be facing New Zealand at Rawalpindi in Pakistan on 24th of February. So, as you know, we will be bringing you all the updates from Rawalpindi and the Dubai game as well because we have deployed various journalists in Rawalpindi as well. We have journalists there, so they will be bringing you all the updates, all the behind the scenes on our Instagram platforms and even LinkedIn platforms for that matter. So this is the news. Indian team, after some hiccups, after some zitters in the chase, has eventually chased down the target. And what matters is that India has started on a winning note. There are always some areas where you need to improve upon, and India would want to improve upon that going into the big game on Sunday against Pakistan. They have a couple of days break. 21st, 22nd will be a break for them. Champions Trophy, although will continue tomorrow as well at Karachi. Afghanistan, the spinners led team will be taking on South Africa. Another exciting match awaits us at Karachi, and you all know that where you will be getting the all the updates. We will be joining you at 1:45 p.m. once again tomorrow, previewing the Afghanistan South Africa game. Uh, I won't reveal much about that game right now. I will wait for the toss and the playing conditions to be revealed. Afghanistan will be taking on South Africa at the Karachi National Stadium tomorrow. So Afghanistan, a team full of talented players, will uh, want to upset a team like South Africa because South Africa also reached semi-finals in the 2023 World Cup. So this is the news. India has beaten Bangladesh after some jitters. India has eventually won the match. There were many positives. Mohammad Shami returning to form. Shubman Gill's brilliant 100. KL Rahul, although he was given an opportunity. His catch was dropped, but eventually he finished the game for India, and it will give him some confidence going into the next match. So some areas to work upon, some areas where India needs to ponder upon, and some areas where India will take pride in. Shubman Gill's knock was as phenomenal as it can get. Mohammad Shami's return with the ball was exceptional, as I said. So this is the news. India has beaten Bangladesh. Shubman Gill and Mohammad Shami have been exceptional for India as far as the positives are concerned. So we have touched upon all the topics. We have touched upon the negatives where India needs to ponder upon. We have touched upon the positives where India has done brilliantly to eventually win that encounter. You eventually win the encounter, win the match when you are the better of the two sides that are playing the cricket game, and India was the better side today. I won't say Bangladesh was lagging too far behind, but still, India, as on paper, was good at the field too. They bowled pretty well with the ball in hand. They restricted them into a for a below par total, and they eventually chase it down. One thing that Rohit Sharma would like to keep in mind is that dew is not playing a huge role in the Dubai International Stadium because of the weather, which is hovering around mid 20s. The humidity has gone down uh, a lot, and there is not much dew in the on the ground. So one thing that is happening here in Dubai is that there is not much dew that was expected, and this can make or insist the captain winning the toss on Sunday, India versus Pakistan. I am talking about the India-Pakistan game. If the captain wins the toss, then I feel that anyone who wins the toss would like to bat first, and because as you saw the as the game progressed, as the pitch dried up under the heat of the sun, and it was there were wear and tear on the pitch. As the game progressed, the pitch got slower and slower, and it got difficult to bat on. The ball was keeping low, the ball was turning as well. So, India or Pakistan, whoever wins the toss on Sunday, would want to bat first. I feel that way. So, yeah, we will be previewing that match separately on that particular day. This is it in this video. India has beaten Bangladesh, and they now have a couple of points against their names after New Zealand won the game against Pakistan yesterday. India finds themselves on the second position in the points table, although they uh, have matched New Zealand as far as the points are concerned, but they are still behind in the net run rate. New Zealand has a net run rate of 1.200, and India has a net run rate of 0.408. So India finds itself in the second position in the points table. So India has beaten Bangladesh. Shubman Gill was the star of the night. Mohammad Shami was the star of the night with the ball in hand. So yeah, this was it in this video. At the end of this video, I would like to mention our sponsors for this tournament, for the Champions Trophy that is going on. It's apnacricketteam.com. If you are a fan of fantasy, making fantasy teams and winning loads and loads of money on Dream 11 or other fantasy apps, then you can definitely check out apnacricketteam.com. They will help you in many ways. So yeah, I will put the link in the description box. You can definitely check it out. You can simply type apnacricketteam.com on Google and see their offerings there. So yeah, this was all about our sponsors, and yeah, this was it in the video. Do follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, and X. We will be coming up with the analysis, the wagon wheels, Manhattans, and much more throughout the day that is remaining today, a couple of hours, and you will see them in our newspapers. If you are a subscriber, you will definitely see them in our newspapers, and you will also see them on our social media platforms tomorrow. There will be many such analysis and interpretations coming your way on our social media platforms, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, and even the YouTube community channel. So yeah, do subscribe to our YouTube channel and do follow us everywhere to stay in the loop and stay ahead of everyone as far as the sports news is concerned. So yeah, this is Abhilash signing off for Statify. Thank you for watching, and do tune in at 1:45 p.m. tomorrow. We will be previewing Afghanistan versus South Africa game in detail there. So yeah, do join then. This is Abhilash signing off for Statify TV. Thank you for watching.